in Brookside.
Hiya. Sorry. Don't look too happy. Don't I? Was it the right letter then? Depends what you mean.
Or was it the test results? You know, the baby.
Yeah.
Well, come on then.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
What?
Shouldn't you be clocked on and cleaning by now?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was just having a word with Jackie.
Hey, you're leaving it a bit late.
I know that, but I was...
No buts. Come on. We'll walk round with you, make sure you get there in one piece.
See you later, Jack.
Hiya.
Hello.
You busy?
She's just doing a bit of weeding.
I got you the present.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome. What's up?
Well, shut the door off. The clothes can see us.
After we've been to the site, do you fancy looking through some of the quotes of the kitchen?
Yeah, whatever.
What the hell is it?
Are you always disorganised?
Oh, it's Patricia's fault, leaving me to fend for myself.
I reckon it's a mother you need, not a wife.
Well, that's rich, considering your penchant for older women.
You are?
Well, 40-something lodger.
Don't start that again. I've told you, me and Penny are just friends, that's all.
Oh, well, if you say so. Ah, there you go. Right, one solicitor's letter telling your God-fearing friends they've got 3 weeks' notice to quit.
I can feel them shaking in the boots already.
Ah, that's your copy, and if I'm not mistaken, they should be receiving theirs just about now.
Look, it's the riot squad they need, not daft bits of paper.
Let justice take its course, and you'll have them out of your hair for good.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, it's sorted, and all above board. You've got them on the run.
I hope these bailiffs are up to it. I mean, that Simon over there will probably end up converting them all.
You're getting paranoid.
3 bloody weeks' time. Why not today, eh?
I don't remember reading anything in my contract about rinsing out your dirty boxes.
This girl is an absolute treasure.
Yeah, sunken chest, I know.
Now, I haven't got a clue what I'd do without her.
And is this the same man who turned me down for that skeleton, Carol Salter?
Well, we all make mistakes. I mean, she's even volunteered to do a spot of overtime this afternoon.
Oh, was that right?
Yep, she irons a mean sock.
Oh, aye. And what about your other job? At my club?
I was going to phone you.
Oh, aye. And what were you going to say?
Max offered me double time, didn't he?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realise.
What do you do now?
Oh, come on. I mean, it's only this afternoon. I mean, I'm desperate.
Well, this must be great, Bev, having 2 fellas fighting over you.
Oh, aye, yeah, fabulous.
Well, I'm sorry, Max, but no can do. When I get back to the club, I want to hear the sweet sound of the Hoover on the carpet. All right?
Three weeks? What are we going to do?
Sit tight.
Some of them bailiffs are right nasty gets.
Yeah, well, they've got to get in first before they can get us out.
Suppose so.
Listen, as long as we stay strong, we'll be fine.
This is weird, this. This isn't Barry's style.
No, we all know Barry's style. King of the plastic gangsters. Except this time his pathetic, empty threats have got him nowhere. So he scurried off to his solicitor.
His threats aren't always empty.
What do you mean?
I just hope he hasn't got anything else up his sleeve, that's all.
Don't worry about it, mate. We've got him on the run. He's a worried man.
Yeah, maybe. Just watch your back, eh?
Still no sign of Sarah?
No. I'm due in work soon. Will you keep an eye on Becca for us till she gets back?
I'll have to, won't I?
Great, this, isn't it?
Why do you think she's gone?
Probably choosing curtains for our lovely new home.
God, the poor girl. Didn't I feel sorry for her in that flat?
I was too busy feeling sorry for myself.
What are you going to do, love?
God knows. But I'm not letting Becca live in a dump like that.
Yeah, well, I said that to Sarah yesterday. She wasn't having any of it.
Will you have another word with her?
I don't know if it'll do any good.
Someone's got to talk some sense into her. She won't listen to a blind thing I say.
Okay, I'll try.
Thanks, Mum.
Open wide.
You trying to fat me up for Christmas?
Now, would I do that? Any news on the Beth front?
Not a peep.
Well, she'll come round in the end.
Well, I don't know so much.
Hey, I bet you the rest of these chocolates she does.
Do you know, I'm worried that I've lost her for good.
Oh, no chance.
And I hate the idea of her being shacked up with some lesbian.
She's a big girl, you know. She can look after herself.
She's still a teenager. God knows who this Chris is introducing her to.
A gang of boring lecturers, probably.
She could be mixing with all sorts.
Are you worrying yourself sick over nothing?
Do you think?
Yeah. Anyway, it won't last. It must be really dodgy seeing one of your students, mustn't it? I mean, the first sign of hassle from her bosses, and that Chris will run a mile.
Well, in that case, Beth's just being used. I mean, either way, she's going to end up getting hurt.
Oh, don't be daft. It's just a fling. Let her get it out of her system, and I guarantee that in a few weeks' time, she'll be back home for good.
Well, I hope so.
I know so. Anyway, here, have another chocolate, for God's sake. So, can we talk about something happy for a change?
Oh, any suggestions?
Well, I have, as a matter of fact. Believe it or not, I've had an idea.
What, you?
Yeah, me.
Well, go on, then.
Well, I was thinking, you know, now that we've actually...
I had a snog.
Oh, don't put it like that. You take all the romance out of it.
Sorry.
Now that we know where we stand, I thought it might be nice if me and you spent a bit of time together, you know, on our own, away somewhere.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, don't say no right away. Think about it. I mean, a pair of us could do with a holiday.
Well, what about Rachel?
Well, couldn't she stay at a mate somewhere?
Yeah, but even if I said yeah, we still couldn't afford it.
Oh, I'm only talking about a long weekend.
It still costs money.
Oh, sod the money. I'll find it somehow. Look, just for once, why don't you do something for yourself? Let's go for it, eh?
The Wanderer returns.
Hiya.
Where have you been?
Sorry I'm late. Is everything okay?
Yeah, fine.
Right, I'm off then.
Could you hang on just a minute?
I'm late as it is.
Please. Tom.
I'll leave you to it.
No. Stay.
So where have you been?
Out. Walking. Thinking.
And?
And I want to say I'm sorry.
What for?
For being selfish. The way I want to do things isn't going to work. I accept that now. I can't make you live in some flat any more than I can make you love me.
So what are you saying?
Let's do it your way.
Okay.
We'll get back in touch with the house and I'll see what else they've got. And even if it means going on the waiting list, we won't take anything unless it's dead right for the three of us. That's if your mum's okay about us staying on a bit longer. So what you think? What did it say?
Look at that face.
Do I have to?
There's the face of a man who knows his days are numbered.
Well, we'll see.
Hey. Fancy a laugh?
Hey?
Morning, Mr. Koresh. Receive anything interesting in the post today?
No, just junk mail.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you won't have heard the good news?
What news is that, then?
That the Day of Judgment is against you.
It'll take more than a letter off a bent solicitor to get rid of us.
The scales of justice are weighed heavily against you, I'm afraid.
We're governed by a much higher law than any court in this country.
You don't think divine intervention's going to save you from the bailiffs, do you?
We'll have to wait and see, won't we?
Everything all right, Simon?
Ah, just discussing your imminent housing problem.
Your friend's very quiet. Leaving your lackeys to do all the talking now, are you? Or have you given up? Is that it, eh? Because you know the score, don't you, Barry? All your mouthing, all your intimidation, it got you nowhere, did it? So how's some bit of paper off a solicitor going to get rid of us, eh? Do you know what I think of this? Do you know what I think of you?
Come ahead, Simon.
Give us a match, will you, Max?
Barry, behave yourself!
Give us a match! Get out! Get out of my house! Just get out!
Never!
Come on.
Never!
Come on, let's go. Get back in there. Come on.
What happened there? Wouldn't they give you your ball back? Don't worry, I'll be in a minute. Ta, love. See you again. Ciao. Hiya. Yeah. You all right?
Yep. Waiting all day for you to come in.
Nice to know I'm wanted.
Well?
Well, what?
You did say it was the right letter, didn't you?
It's the right Lester, all right.
So you know who Josh's dad is? For God's sake, who is it?
It's Mike's.
Oh, God.
Don't believe it. I live with my own son's grandfather. I mean, if we ever got married, Mike would be stepbrother to his own son.
I'm sorry, Beth. It's just nerves, you know. What are you going to do?
I can do, except keep my mouth shut. Tell you, if I never suss this one out, we'd be finished. Be off like a shot. God, what a nightmare.
What was the point of all that, eh?
The point is, he needs a bloody good kicking.
Oh, so you'll end up in court instead of him?
Oh, will I?
You blew it! I had him wound up like a clock. You could see it in his eyes.
Max, you didn't listen to a word he said. He couldn't give a toss about court orders. I mean, by the time the bailiffs turn up, he's going to have steel shutters up and everything. It's going to be like trying to get into Fort Knox.
Barry, please, do it my way.
Max, that's easy for you to say. It's not your flaming house, is it?
Do you know what? All Ron's been talking about all week is getting Dad and Lad tickets to Everton for him and Josh.
As long as no one else knows.
Every time he calls him son, it's going to break me heart.
Well, to all intents and purposes, he is his dad. He wipes his bum, washes his face. That's far more important than Mike's little contribution.
What a deal, eh? 10 minutes of very average sex for a lifetime of motherhood.
Don't I know?
I hope to God Ron never finds out.
Well, there is one way of hanging on to him, even if he did.
What? Have him stuffed and mounted over the fireplace?
No. Have his baby. For real. That way, no matter what he does or doesn't find out, you've got him for good.
Have his baby? Of course. You're a genius.
And the sooner you're pregnant, the sooner you're safe.
Right then. As of this minute, I'm off the pill. And as for Grandad Dixon, he's going to be in for a fine old time. I am going to bong his brains out.
Hi, Jim.
Problem, Terry?
No.
Sure?
Yep.
That's all right, then.
He'd have used it, you know.
Who'd have used what?
Barry, that petrol pump.
He talks a good fight.
I'm not joking, I know him.
I'm still here, aren't I? Walking, breathing. If he was going to have me, he'd have done it by now.
Just don't wind him up anymore, eh?
He's all hot air.
He's not. There's more to him than that.
Don't worry about it, mate. I can handle him.
All I'm saying is, his bite's worse than his bark.
Hey, remember who you're talking to?
You said yourself. You thought he was evil. I know he is.
How do you know?
I just do.
How?
Does it matter?
Yes.
Can't we just leave it, eh?
No.
I'm telling you. He'd have poured that petrol, lit a match, and turned you into a kebab without even batting an eyelid.
How would you know?
I just don't want you to get hurt.
Then tell me how you know. Tell me, please.
Because he's a murderer, that's how I know. He's killed people. He could have you killed.
Is it all right if I take an hour off?
What for?
I'll see you later.
Ooh. Would you like to live on a farm one day? Me, you and Daddy. That'd be good, wouldn't it?
Have you, got a minute?
Do you want to go and play in the garden for a bit, Becca? I'll be out soon.
You were right before, you know.
What about?
Well, you can't make someone do what they don't want to.
And that's why I went back to the housing.
But is a flat really the answer?
I'm good enough to call her home, yeah?
Are you sure you're doing the right thing?
Why? And don't you think I am?
I think that you should sit down and ask yourself how things are going to work out.
Well, I have done. I mean, I know we might have to go on the waiting list, but...
I'm not talking about the flat, love. I'm talking about your marriage.
What?
Well, from where I'm sitting, and I've got a ringside seat, I'd say it was all over by the shouting.
It's not.
And maybe it was time to think about cutting your losses.
You're wrong.
I'm sorry.
Don't you want it to work?
I want the pair of you to be happy.
And we will be. Together.
I wish I could believe that. But...
Carl would go mad if he could hear this.
Would he?
Yeah. He wants to make a go of it just as much as I do.
It's not the impression I get.
We need you to support us, not split us up.
And we have done. No. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Marriage breaking up. Yeah, it's really sad, but sometimes it's nobody's fault. It just happens. People change. They grow apart. Oh, for God's sake, you were only bits of kids when you walked up to that altar.
And whose fault was that? It was you who forced us into it in the first place.
Not me. Eddie and your mum and dad did all the pushing. I was outvoted 3-1.
So you don't think I should have married him anyway?
No. Look, I think you're lovely. And under different circumstances.
Oh, what's so terrible about marrying young? It was okay for you and Carl's dad.
It's not the same thing.
Has life been some big bowl of cherries for you two?
Far from it.
No. You've had your bad spells. Carl told me all about your splitting up and you got into trouble.
That was a couple of weeks out of 20 years.
And are you trying to tell me in those 20 years you've never felt like packing up and leaving?
Of course,
but you stayed. Like I'm gonna. Because I've got a husband and a marriage worth fighting for.
Bye-bye, boys.
Yeah, OK, thanks, mate. See ya. Ta-ra.
Do you know how much my last phone bill was?
Ah, sorry.
Well, I hope it was urgent.
It was. It was a travel urgent.
What are you on about?
I've been doing a bit of research.
Into what?
Our holes.
But...
How do you fancy the lakes? They do some smashing little breaks up there at this time of year. They're cheap and all.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
I've been doing me sums and I can afford it, so there's no excuse.
It's not a matter of money.
What, don't you fancy it?
Oh, it sounds wonderful, but can we take it all a bit slower? I mean, 1 minute we're having our first kiss, the next you're whisking me off to Lake Windermere.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Just a bit shell-shocked.
Yeah, I got carried away. It was stupid.
It wasn't. I just don't like that feeling of being put under pressure.
I'll cheer up then, eh?
And anyway, isn't it a bit soon to be off spending the night together in some strange hotel room?
Well, that wasn't why... Well, I hope you don't. I meant in single rooms.
Good. Because I don't want to be rushing anything on that side of things either.
I made a right mess of this, haven't I?
Don't be daft. It was a lovely idea. And I'll tell you what, if everything's hunky-dory in a couple of months' time, I'll take you to the lakes. Deal?
Deal.
Within these walls, the flames of hot leaving it writhing, screaming in endless agony. This place is a temple of doom, a cradle of evil. It is Hades, Sodom and Gomorrah rolled into one.
And they pay lousy wages, no?
All who enter here are lost, their souls consumed by the twin devils of lust and thirst.
Sounds good, that, doesn't it?
Oh, God.
Their hearts ripped out by Satan's grabbing claws. Their minds destroyed by the evil of his greed.
Yeah, come in.
Did you know the Pope's outside doing the Sermon on the Mount?
Hey?
Your mate from the petrol station. He's having a prayer meeting, and you should hear the names he's calling this place.
I've had enough.
Why don't we leave it, eh, Simon?
No, the people have a right to be told. They have to know what a hellhole this place is. A den of iniquity, the devil's playground. And there is Satan incarnate, the blood-red beating heart of evil on earth.
Yes, and I'm Danny LaRue, so why don't you just shut up and go home, you crank?
I know you. I see what you are.
Oh, yeah. What am I, then?
A condemned man. A lost soul.
Is that right?
Tortured by thoughts of murder. Haunted by a litany of cruelty and death. Fated to wander in a fiery wilderness for eternity. Damned.
So, here endeth the lesson.
Here you go, love. Tea up. I've left a check out for the Lecky bill. Do you think you can find a minute to pay?
I'll see to it later.
Where's Josh?
He's asleep in the front room.
What's he in there for?
Well, we wouldn't want him waking up, would we? Spoiling the atmosphere in here.
How are you?
Mind you, you're not interested.
No, it's just, you know, Jackie's not in till late and...
Let if the shop stays shut, eh? We never get time to ourselves anymore.
No, I don't suppose we do, love, but I've got to look after the business, haven't I? I mean, I can't really afford just to shut.
Are you welded to that tray or what? Anyone would think you'd rather be selling cat food and baked beans than spending time in here with me.
No contest, love. No contest.
Are you still messing with that? Look, you're going to be late.
I'm all right, yeah.
I know you. You'll end up losing track of time. Right, I'll see you later.
Oh. Grandad, thanks.
Is this for me? Oh, well, thanks, Becca, love.
Right, better get off. See you later.
Bye, love.
Bye. We might like this as well, didn't we, Becca?
Cheers, love. Our car gone to work?
Yeah.
What's up? Missing them already?
I don't know.
Hey, love. What's the problem?
Should we go play in the garden for a bit, Tom? I don't know whether I'm doing the right thing being here.
You what?
I don't know whether I should just pack it in and leave Carl to get on with it.
Why, love?
Well, it's not good, is it? It's not working.
Hey, now, slow down, will you? You can't fix things in a day, can you? Isn't that what we've been saying all along?
I know, but...
Look, that girl across the road, that's history now. It's starting to work, isn't it?
It might have done, yeah, but... I think you're the only one in the house that wants me and Carl to make a go of it.
Ah, don't be so soft. Me and Rosie feel exactly the same.
I'm sorry, but she doesn't. She's made that clear.
How?
Well, she interfered about me and Carl getting the flat.
What flaming flat?
See? You don't even know. Carl and his mum never mentioned it because they know you're the only one on my side.
Right, love. I think you better tell me a few things.
Hi. I thought you were at med school all morning.
I decided to come home.
Well, I was going to go and pick up some clothes and stuff from Mum's, but, what about change of plan? I could go out for the day instead.
Do you want some of this?
No, thanks. Well, what about it? I could go for a picnic somewhere.
Sorry, I can't. I have to go back into work.
I only just got home. What's the matter?
I was going to phone you, but I couldn't. And I wanted to be with you when I told you. I asked Peter Johnson about your anatomy paper. I'm sorry, Beth, you failed.
God. What am I going to do?
You did know you weren't going to do as well as you thought.
You know I'd have passed. It was Mum coming into the university that day. God, why did she have to do it?
It's not the end of the world. It's only one paper.
Well, can you fix it for me then?
Sorry.
You know I'd have passed if I hadn't have walked out the exam. Can't you just change me to a pass mark? I mean, it's not like I'm incapable of passing, you know that.
Come off it. Are you mad?
Put it out.
It's out of the question.
Well, surely no one would know.
Well, I'd know. It's totally unprofessional. It's immature to even think because we have a relationship I could risk my whole career for some ridiculous favour.
But it's my anatomy paper and I failed it. What else can I do?
The same as everyone else. Resit in September.
Yeah, right. And then spend the whole summer revising.
That's the way it is. Yes. I'll leave you to get used to the idea.
She actually asked you if you thought you were doing the right thing staying with our Carl.
She's wrong, though. I know I'm doing the right thing.
Oh, don't worry, love. I'll be seeing her about this. Our Carl as well.
Oh, I don't want any trouble, Ed. But I'd just rather she didn't try to get involved.
I agree with you, love. You know we're both here for you, but I reckon it's best if we leave you to get on with it.
Sorry I had to mention it.
No, love, you did right. But let's not have any more soft ideas about you walking out and everything, eh?
I just want a chance for me and Carl, that's all.
Yeah, well, as long as I'm around, you'll get it, love. Just leave it to me, eh?
Thanks.
Morning.
Sorry about this, ladies, but I got into negotiations over an offer I couldn't refuse. But, give me 2 minutes, and we're in business.
Right. Time for work. Caroline, Susie, we were down to Lime Street this morning. And Simon wants the rest of yous in town, half down the Albert Dock and the rest in the city centre.
How about you?
Me, day off from the garage today, so I'll try and get round and see yous all.
I'll tell you what, when it's outside some of the wine bars and that in town, we've still got some of them anti-alcohol liquors left.
Susie, give me a hand for something.
Right, everyone, just stay where you are.
What do you think you're playing at?
That includes you as well, Terry. Just stand still and listen. I've had enough of all this play acting with solicitors, legal crap. I want you lot out. Now.
You can't do this to us.
Yes, I can. I've just done it, love. All right, now, just shut it. Shift.
I'm not moving. This is our church.
No, it isn't. It's my house. It's all legal and paid for. So will you just get out now? Move!
We're not moving. You heard what Caroline said.
Oh, I see. So she's making the rules, is she now? And there's me thinking that you were Simon's right-hand man.
We're all in this together. We look out for each other. Not just ourselves. We're not moving. Even if the courts do send the bailiffs in.
Look, I've had enough of this. Just get your gear and beat it, eh?
Nobody move. Hold your ground.
Look, come on. Just get out. Come on, yeah! Right. Let's see how many heroes you've got now, eh?
You always have to go back to the gun, don't you? You're a joke. This isn't the Wild West.
Isn't it?
You can't solve anything by threatening us with that. Even if you hurt us, won't do you any good. There's too many of us. We just want to stay here. So why don't you go before you do something stupid with that, eh? Go on, go.
I'm sorry, but that's the way it is. You lot are leaving here pronto. Now, come on, move! Ah, come on, quick! Terry, get over the gun! Like I told you he was evil, look what he's trying to do!
You could have killed one of our family with this. What are you bringing it in here for? Just leave him to me.
Give it here, there'll be no violence. This is our church.
You want me to go and get the police?
No.
Well, what are we going to do with them?
Take him upstairs to the front bedroom.
What for?
Just do as I say. Come on, follow me. Terry, tell them they're making a big mistake. Terry, fetch that washing line and take it from under the sink.
What's he doing? We can't take someone prisoner like this. What if people know he's here? What if someone comes to look for him?
It's all right. Simon knows what he's doing.
You can't get away with this. You lot must be off your cake. Look, this is kidnapping, you know. Are you off your head? Tie him up. Hurry up. Terry, tell them what they're letting themselves in for, eh? Terry, will you tell them? Tell them. Right, he stays in here guarded round the clock. We'll have to take it in turns. And nobody speaks to him, OK? I want some boards putting over this window. Right, Terry, you stay here. The rest of you get back downstairs. So, Terry, the devil that's been plaguing you all your life is finally within our power. We've got the devil as our prisoner.
Come in. Oh, I thought Barry might be here. Sorry. You don't know when he'll be back? Don't know. I had to hunt Sinbad out to get this place open. Oh. There isn't a note for me on his desk or anything. Well, I don't read what's on the desk. I just clean up. Have a look. Oh. Nothing. Looks like you've been stood up. I asked if I could borrow the car to do some shopping, but he hasn't left the key. In fact, he didn't come home last night. Sounds like he might have some competition. It's not unusual for him to be away overnight, but he usually comes back to the flat to eat before he opens the club. Well, I think he had his tea here. There was a half-eaten chicken chow mein stinking the place out when I got in. Very merry, Celeste. Where are you? I mean the ship. Well, I don't think he's run away to sea or anything like that. More likely one of his impulsive trips to see his boss in Spain. Unless he's bumped into this Marie, whoever it is, and done a bunker there. Well, if you do see him, I'll tell him you couldn't bear to be away from him for a single night. Thank you very much, Beverly. I hate you being at hers. You could be spending time here with us.
Well, I'm staying at Chris's. She's invited me for as long as I want to stay.
Do you have to live there?
sleep there.
Yes, I do.
Look, if you come home, I promise I won't mention her, and you can still see her now.
Mum, I'm nearly 19. I can do what I want.
Would you have to take all your things with you? Anyway, it's holidays. Why do you need books?
I failed my anatomy paper, that's why.
Oh, Beth.
I've got to do a resit now, thanks to you. Well, you knew I'd fail when you came in and interrupted me that day. Why did you do it? You had no right to interfere. It's no wonder I failed.
Well, maybe you wouldn't have passed anyway, love. I mean, you didn't exactly do much revision,
I would have
did you?
passed because Chris said I would have passed.
Right, I'm sorry, Beth. Look, if you've got to do more revision, why don't you come back here for a few weeks?
No, I'm going back to the flat.
Please, Beth. I'm sorry about what I did that day. But you have to understand how upset I am about all this. I was so upset, I didn't realise that I was going to spoil your exam. Well, where are you going?
To get some more clothes.
He won't touch any food.
That's his choice.
Probably because he's terrified.
I thought you were supposed to be guarding him. What are you doing down here?
I'm worried, Simon. We can't do this to someone. It's not right.
No, this is what God has decided should happen.
Yeah, but he used to be Terry's friend.
He wasn't a friend. He was a thorn in his flesh.
And it's kidnapping, isn't it? It's what my father said the group had done to me. Now we're doing it.
Yeah, but it's for a purpose. To punish him for his sins. Terry, tell her. Tell her what you told me about him.
He's a killer. He's a murderer.
What? How do you know?
I just know it's the truth.
He could have killed me. He could have killed Terry, you, any of the others. He might have killed to get this place back off us. We've got to keep hold of him, Caroline. We've got no choice.
But shouldn't we be taking him to the police?
No. We can punish him for his sins here. We don't need outsiders. You do agree he should be punished, don't you? Well, Caroline?
So, got you washing his socks now, has he, eh?
I'm strictly a lodger, Mr. Dixon. We make our own arrangements over laundry.
Settling in all right, are you?
Yes, thanks. But I don't intend to be a permanent resident.
Hiya.
All right, love.
Still I found him then, eh?
Have you seen him since we last spoke?
Sorry, no.
Oh, well, can't be helped. Bye.
Bye.
Ta-da.
She reckons he's gone swanning off to Spain. I think she's paranoid about who he's gone with.
I thought you was a bit stuffy when I asked after Barry Grant. Fed up of his older woman, eh?
Who knows? But I know I'm not fed up of my older fella.
No, well, sort of got that feeling this morning.
Did you know?
Beats tea and toast, though, that's for sure.
And is that the best way you can describe it?
Only joking, love. Actually, I think it's a great way to start the day.
Good.
What are you doing?
I am in the mood again.
What, here?
Well, you never used to be this shy. I can remember when you couldn't wait to get me back in that stock room.
Yeah, but we were courting then, weren't we? And anyway, I can't just shut up the shop in the middle of the afternoon.
Well, you didn't mind in the old days.
Yeah, well, can't I wait till we get home? We'll have an early night.
I can't wait that long. You've got to grab it while you can.
But, Bev, I can't afford to lose money like that.
What's a few pound compared to a bit of passion?
What's got into you today?
I reckon it must be my hormones.
Yeah, well, I reckon you ought to go and see the doctor.
And you want to think you didn't want me?
No, it's not that.
Hey, don't you remember those Weetabix boxes? Do you still keep them in the back?
Yeah.
Right then, let's get going.
Hang on, was that someone at the door?
No!
Are you sure?
Please, Beth, don't go.
Mum, I'm sick of arguing about it.
I just want you to think things through. Look, let's sit down and talk about it.
There's nothing to talk about. You've got to accept the fact that me and Chris are together now.
But for how long?
Well, for good as far as we're concerned.
Does she say that?
Can I fasten my case, please?
I don't want to see you hurt, Beth. I mean, what if she gets tired of you?
Well, that's the risk anyone has to take when you go into a relationship. It doesn't matter whether they're male or female. I know what I'm doing.
Just stay here tonight and we'll talk about it.
No. I'll ring you, okay?
Look, to tell you the truth, I'm not too happy about you getting close to anyone.
Well, I won't tell anyone about Dad if that's what you mean.
I know, love, but I want you here.
Is that what it's always going to be like? Even if I meet a man, you're still going to be saying the same thing? Because of what we did, because of him out there, I've got to stay here.
I just worry, that's all.
Well, I'm not having that. It's just emotional blackmail. I'm not having you holding that over me forever and ever.
You gotta write your name, see? B. K. Ah. Eka.
Oh, have you written your own name, love? Isn't that clever?
Can you show Grandad thanks? Oh.
Let's have a look. Oh, that's lovely. You've written your own name as well?
Quick, it's your daddy. We'll have to hide it.
Oh. Quick! Stick it in there.
Now, don't tell Daddy. It's got to be a secret.
Yeah, he's not 21 till next week. Big surprise for him, Lunas.
Aye, why has everyone gone quiet? Talking about me, are you?
We were, as a matter of fact. Your 21st.
It's ages off.
It's next week.
I don't want any fuss, you know, Mum. It's no big deal, is it?
You can't just ignore your 21st.
I know, but I thought I'd just have a few pints with some mates in town.
No, you can't do that. Well, look, it's just that me and your dad, well, not exactly flush enough to hire a hall or somewhere.
Cost an arm and a leg moving here.
Don't worry about it.
So, we thought we'd have a do here. I mean, you and Sarah can invite whoever you want.
We can get a bottle in and we'll do the food between us.
Great.
Yeah, next Friday then. But you'll have to give us a list for the invites.
Fine, thanks, Mum. What are you doing then, eh?
She's making a surprise for her daddy's 21st, aren't you?
Oh, yeah? What is it?
Shh, it's a secret, isn't it?
Are you gonna tell me?
She's ready for a bath. Do you want to do it?
Yeah, come on, babe.
I just want a word, son, if you can spare a minute.
Come on. Dad will be up in a minute.
Is it about the party? It doesn't matter to me, you know, if your skin's on that.
What's this here about you getting on your mother?
Eh?
What are you talking about?
Don't come the innocent lad. As soon as it comes to getting a flat, having a go at your marriage, you start working on your mother, getting her to go asking Sarah if she thinks it's a waste of time sticking with you.
Eddie, you've got it wrong.
It doesn't look that way to me. What'd you say that to her for?
Because I was interested, that's why. Look, I could see our Carl didn't want the flat. No one would. It was awful. Someone had to speak up for him.
It was the pit stat. You wouldn't let a dog live in it.
The flaming flat was irrelevant. It's a matter of principle. You had no right letting Mummy's boy here go trying to talk you onto his side.
I'm not having this.
Why are you helping him to split it up, eh?
Because I can see what's happening to them even if you can't. The marriage is finished, it's obvious.
God almighty, they've only been together for 5 minutes. They've got all the chance in the world.
You're kidding yourself. It's over.
Ah, well, another day, another dollar, eh? Got any plans for tea, love?
Sorry.
Do you know what? I could do with a nice steak and kidney pud. Really fancy something good.
How about me?
You?
Well, you did say we could have an early night.
Yeah, I know, love, but well, that was before we went upstairs, wasn't it?
Well, I can't help me hormones, can I?
Yeah, well, surely you've got none left, not after today. I mean, twice in one day.
Who's counting? I'm trying to put the passion back into our relationship.
Yeah, I know you are, love, but don't you think that we put enough back for the minute?
No such thing as enough. That's what I say.
Look, Bev, this is all very nice and everything, but no, I don't think I can.
How'd you know until you try? Practice makes perfect. So let's get home and get practicing.
Hey! This man upstairs isn't just anybody. He's an incarnation of the devil and a force of evil against us and our church. You saw how he used the material wealth from selling alcohol to buy this church against our wishes. You saw how he brought a gun in here to threaten us and try and frighten us away from what belongs to us. Some of you may think this is wrong. We are against violence, yet we bound this man hand and foot and took him prisoner. For me, that's just a sign of God's will. God has set us another test, and we have to pray harder than ever before to defeat this devil. So far, we're the winners, but we must pray for help in punishing him for his sins. We must pray for a way to stop him from destroying us and our church. Do we agree on that?
Yeah.
Do we agree he should be punished?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But remember, none of us are above attempts by the devil to tempt us. He must be guarded, but nobody must speak to him. This man is clever. He'll try and escape from us. And that means only one thing. Another attempt to destroy us and our church. Does everybody agree?
Yeah.
Then pray, and tomorrow we'll speak again.
Thou art worthy, O Lord our God, to receive glory and honour and power, because thou didst create all things, by thy will they were
created. Channel 4's book The Journals of Beth Jordache is out now in the shops, and it costs £4.
Sleep now, Josh. Be a good boy for your mum. Ron, time to wake up.
What time is it? Didn't hear the alarm.
Never mind the time.
Bloody hell! I should have opened up over an hour ago. I've got to go.
Don't panic. I thought Jackie was opening up.
Not today, tomorrow, no.
Oh, well, there's no rush, is there? Let's have another half an hour.
I can't. I've already lost an hour's takings. I'm going to go bankrupt.
Oh, don't be soft. What's an hour?
Oh, God, I don't believe it.
And Jesus answered and spake unto them again by parables, and said, The kingdom of heaven is like an uncertain king.
You'll be going bankrupt opening at this time.
Yeah. Sorry about that, love. I, overslept.
Wonder if that'll be Barry Grant's excuse and all.
What's that?
Haven't you heard the Luz is shut?
Shut? Why? Has he gone bust or something?
Hope to God he hasn't. He still owes me wages. We turned up for work last night. Door locked. We stood there like lemons for an hour before we called it a day.
You know, someone was round here looking for him yesterday. I heard he'd gone to Spain.
Isn't that where all the baddies go when someone's chasing them for money? The Costa del Crime.
He's in trouble over money, is he?
Well, you didn't hear it from me, but it wouldn't be the first club I've worked in that's gone down the tubes.
You two can take a break for a while now. Take the tape off and feed him, will you, Terry? We've been praying for you all night. You should be grateful.
Look, Hugh, the joke's over now.
This isn't a joke. This is real. Feeling hungry today, are we?
Look, people are going to be looking for me, you know. I employ people. I've got business contacts.
You said that yesterday, but no one come looking.
Because nobody knows you're here. No one even cares about you.
Look, don't kid yourself, the pair of you. Terry, tell them, will you? People are going to come looking for me.
I know plenty of people, but nobody will be bothered.
Look, when did you start falling for all this rubbish, eh?
You're wasting your time. No one's coming. No one can even hear you. Come on, Terry, leave the food for today.
I'll have you for this.
Put the tape back on him, Terry.
Oh, for God's sake, Terry, just see sense, eh? Will you get me out of here, Terry?
Fasting and meditation. It's good for the soul.
Penny!
Have you seen him today?
Max, what on earth are you wearing? I can see your dress sense has gone to pot in Patricia's absence.
No, it doesn't really go, does it? I'm afraid I'm a bit behind with the washing and ironing. This is all I could find.
Thank God she's due back next week. Any longer and you'll be looking like Wurzel Gummidge.
Well, have you seen him?
No, he didn't come back again last night.
Oh, God, I don't believe it. He's gone and dumped me with everything. I had a site meeting this morning, a complete waste of time without Barry to OK things. Oh, God. Workers, they're locked out again. You know the club was closed last night.
Really?
Look, I think we'd better go in. Looks like the workers are on the verge of a mutiny.
I've seen him talking to Barry a few times. Who's the woman?
She lives in Barry Grant's flat. She's the wife of the MP who killed himself.
Go away, is that it? And she's shacked up with Barry Grant now?
So everyone reckons, yeah?
Why don't we go and grab them when they come out? Maybe they can give us some answers.
Right.
You should be able to get something on your desk by the end of next week, okay?
That's really good. I appreciate you getting ready that quick.
No problem. Oh, Mrs. Jordash.
Hi.
I hope I'm not disturbing you. Would you excuse me a moment, please? I'll catch up with you later.
I'll be in the office.
I'd like to talk to you, but, perhaps you could wait until you finish for the day.
Well, actually, I am rather busy, but, shall we go for a walk? Outside? I take it you've come to talk about Beth.
Oh, yes.
I mean, I should have put 2 and 2 together before I ever went in with him. Every time we had a drink, he kept talking about nipping off to Spain or Birmingham, wherever suited him.
Oh, I'm sure he'll be back shortly.
I mean, it's just so unprofessional when you're in a partnership. And why the hell couldn't you have at least left a note? This is one unequal partnership. I've been taken for a real mug.
Stop overreacting, Max.
I don't think it's overreacting being left in the lurch like this. I mean, it might not be much to Barry, but I put our livelihoods on the line for this restaurant. I mean, if he could have told me about this trip he was on, I could have put things back a few days, cancelled a few appointments. As it is, I haven't even got any counter-signatories for the cheques.
Have you tried any of his contacts? They might have a clue.
Well, 1 or 2. Can't say I know many of them, I mean. He doesn't know some oddballs.
That's it, though, isn't it? He's unconventional.
I can think of a few better descriptions at the moment.
I loved the way he saw off that horrible protection racketeer. The man's face was a picture.
Oh, God. Gangsters. All this. And it's just as well Patricia's away, and I hope we can get it sorted before she comes back. I mean, stunts like that business with Kenny... What's it? Don't help us get us through talks with suppliers and builders.
Are you sure you're not just a teeny little bit jealous of Barry?
Who? Me? Barry?
Well, he's not the kind of chap to sit waiting for things to happen, is he? He gets things done. It's quite exciting when you think about it.
Perhaps you're a little teeny bit besotted with him?
Max, really?
Well, you've denied it so far, but from where I'm standing... I found you that new flat, moved you in here, only 1 step away from being his mole.
You're as bad as David for gossiping. Anyway, if there was anything between us, do you think he'd hair off to Spain or wherever without telling me?
Well, you did say he's a little bit unconventional. I just hope he gets back before Patricia does. If he does, he should get away with it. If he doesn't...
Attention, everybody, please. Our prayers have been answered. The right track has been shown for us to follow. The man who tried to destroy our church is going to join us.
Him join us?
That's right, Terry. It's the only way to go forward.
But he wouldn't join us, not in a million years.
I can see people in front of me now who've said the same, and look what happened. We all had sin in us before we got together. If we work together, we can cleanse this man's soul of sin and bring him into our group.
But how, Simon? We can't force him. We all came here of our own free will.
No, we can't force him, but we can show him the true path with prayers and readings from the Bible. It's a job we all have to get into. We have to read to him night and day until he's converted, until he realises the error of his ways, until he's truly one of us. It's the only way for this church to grow stronger. Is everybody willing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terry, Caroline, you read to him first. Start his conversion.
How can it work, Terry? We could read him forever and he wouldn't join us.
Simon's worked it all out. He's had a message what to do. It'll be fine.
Look, I think you know why I've come. I'd like you to finish things with Beth.
Seems a bit of an odd request.
Well, I think this relationship you and Beth have, I think that's odd.
Some people might think so, lots don't. I know it's been a shock for you finding out Beth's gay.
She's only 18. She might think she is.
Well, I've talked to her as well, Mrs. Jordache. I believe Beth knows exactly what she is.
Yeah, but it's wrong. She's too young for you. I mean, even if she was seeing a lad of your age, I'd still feel the same.
I wonder.
I mean it. She's very young. She's very sensitive.
It's one of the things I like about her.
I don't want to see her hurt.
I can't see any reason for her getting hurt. Things are very good between us. I'm very fond of Beth. She's attractive, intelligent.
Then can't you leave her alone? If you think as much of her as you say, let her go. Give her time to think about how she is. Let her grow a bit more.
It's because I'm so fond of her that I want me and Beth to stay together.
Even if she gets hurt?
You're worrying too much.
Am I? How many young girls do you meet in your job? Must be hundreds. How long before someone else takes your eye? Have you done this sort of thing before?
God, you make me sound like some sort of predatory pervert. I have no intention of giving up Beth. Now, perhaps I can get on with my work.
Do the people in charge here, your bosses, do they know you're a lesbian?
This is a university. I think you find the people here far from narrow-minded, even when it comes to gays.
You didn't answer the question.
Of course I know. I'm completely open about it. I hope you're not thinking of getting what you want by some sort of blackmail.
I wouldn't do a thing like that. I was just wondering what the bosses would think of you carrying on with a student.
There's no law about being involved with a student.
But what if they thought the relationship was affecting her work? I mean, I think it is. She's already failed one exam paper.
Yes, but that wasn't anything to do with me.
Wasn't it? I think it's got a lot to do with you.
If he gets in touch, just tell him to ring me, will you? Whatever time it is.
Of course I will. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Max, can you tell us what's going on in the club?
I'm sorry, it's nothing to do with me.
Barry Grant's your partner, isn't he? You must know why he's suddenly done a bunk and left the place locked up.
Who's told you he's done a bunk?
Well, we can't get into work. The club didn't open last night. He must have done a bunk.
Well, as far as I know, he's on a business trip, Spain, I think.
Yeah, where all the crooks go.
He often goes to Spain.
But he doesn't lock the place up before he goes. He's not going to want to miss the money rolling in, is he?
I want to know where to stand. He owes me a week's wages.
I've not been paid either.
Really?
Are you going to pay us?
No, sorry, I can't.
See, I told you. He can't pay because he's bankrupt.
Who on earth told you that?
You can't pull the wool over our eyes like that. Admit it, you're bankrupt, the pair of you. I'm going to the citizens' advice over this.
Look, honestly, I told you, I've nothing to do with the club. I'm a partner with Barry Grant on a totally different project, that's all. Where's this talk of bankruptcy come from?
I don't know, love, but that's the talk round here. He's gone bust and done a runner. Looks like you better join me down the CAB office, mate.
Then I saw an angel coming down from heaven with the key of the abyss and a great chain in his hands. He seized that dragon, that serpent of old, the devil of Satan, and he chained him up for 1,000 years. He threw him into the abyss, shutting and sealing it over him, so that he might seduce the nation no more till 1,000 years were over.
Have you told him, Terry?
No.
We're going to save your soul. We're going to make you one of us. Leave us for a while.
You're mad, you. Just let me out of here, eh?
No. We're saving you from the devil inside you that will disrupt your conversion to our church. You'll thank us for this one day.
Look, you're insane. Now let me go.
No.
Look, you won't get away with it. They already have the busies looking for me. You haven't got a chance.
We've got God on our side. We won't fail. I'll let you go when I've saved your soul.
You better start praying for your own soul. Because when I get out of here, you're dead.
You suggest my relationship with Beth is affecting her work.
I know my own daughter. She's been in turmoil over this. Of course it affects her work.
Well, she failed her exam, one exam, because you came barging in here. That wasn't down to Beth. I know she could have passed that paper.
Yes, but what about next year? She's moved in with you. How's that going to affect her work?
Well, not at all. I'm as keen as she is that she gets a good degree.
Yes, but I don't want her life ruined. Now, either you finish this thing with Beth, or I will kick up such a fuss with your bosses. I mean it.
hope I haven't been missed off our Carl's invite list.
Oh, don't worry. We're even inviting the rough side of the family. Yeah, might as well take it now.
What's this on Gaspy? That's a bit posh, isn't it?
Rosie thought you might like to bring someone.
Well, there's no bloke on the scene. And I'm not bringing a mate. It'll only cut down my chances of copping off.
Right, can you keep an eye on Becca for us? I just want to nip round the shops, get a few bits and pieces.
Yeah, sure, love.
Tom.
What do you think about inviting the neighbours?
Why not?
Yeah, well, I think we should, but not so sure about Eddie. He's still touchy about the way some of them reacted when they found out about our late.
Isn't it getting any better then?
Yeah, a bit. But still feel like I get funny looks sometime. Feel people talking behind me back. Oh, that'll be our call.
Are things any better between him and Sarah?
All he wants is for them to split. She doesn't seem able to get the message.
It's a shame.
Now, if they're going to do it, they should do it now. She's really upset by it all.
Hiya, love.
All right. Hiya, Mo. Not come for tea, have you?
Have I?
Stay if you want.
Oh, no, I was just going to say I'm starving.
Go on, you cheeky get. If you don't watch it, I won't come to your drip.
Hey, Mum, I thought it was only friends and family getting invites.
Right, I don't think I will stay for tea, Rosie. I best go and see what's going on at the club.
All right, love. See ya.
See ya.
Where's Sarah going?
Just pop 'em round the shops.
All right.
You could catch her up, have a chat with her over things.
Mum, it's like wading through mud. It's killing me. She doesn't listen.
Perhaps you're dressing her up too much. Look, why don't you just sit her down and tell her it's all over?
It's hard, Mum.
Well, it's got to be done, love. The sooner it's all over, the sooner you'll both be happy again.
Be easier if I hated her, but I don't. It's just I feel such a toe rag about it.
Look, find Sarah and have a talk to her.
Yeah, all right.
Oh. Sorry, love. Was dozing off there.
Sleeping on the job, eh?
I was last night, yeah.
Sorry?
I said there. I think I could do with an early night. Here you go, 2p change. What's this then? Extra pint today? Expecting a homecoming, are we?
I'm not with you.
I thought your friend Barry Grant might need it for his cornflakes. Is he due back then?
Oh, I can't really say. He's on a business trip, I believe.
What? He didn't tell you?
Well, why should he tell me his movement?
Well, you know, you being a guest of his, just thought it would have been polite.
Hey, love. Thought it was time we get on with that stock taking.
No, I don't think we'll have time today, love.
Oh, you see your mate Barry Grant, will you do us a favour and tell him he owes me a week's wages?
If I see him, yes.
What, you haven't heard from him at all?
Well, you haven't heard the talk, then?
Sorry?
Oh, everybody's saying that he skipped off to Spain with the money. Gone bust. Thought you'd have heard.
I'm sorry, I prefer not to gossip.
Yeah, well, it's just that I was a bit worried about what's going to happen to the shops, you know, if Barry had gone bust, like.
I'm sorry, you'll have to talk to Barry about it. Bye.
She knows more than she's cracking on that one.
Right. I reckon we've got at least 40 minutes before Jackie's due into work.
Oh, we can't, love, not now. I've already lost takings this morning. I'm going to get into trouble.
I didn't want to think you didn't fancy me anymore.
It's not that, love.
Oh, I want it to be like when we first started, wanting each other all the time, dying for each other. I don't want you going off me, Ron. Let's not get boring like other couples.
I won't go off you, love, but...
But what?
Well, I'd sooner save it till we get home. Out of shop hours. I mean, it's not very professional, is it, love? I'm going to get drummed out of the shopkeeper society.
Just this once. Please. I hope you haven't sold too many Weetabix.
Should have had the flaming things myself.
So how come you suddenly want to talk?
I just do.
Is this your mum's idea? You seem dead keen to stop playing without Becca.
It's my idea. I want to know how you think we're doing. Is it working?
Of course it's working.
How?
What do you mean, how?
Well, you say it's working. I want you to tell me why you think it's working.
We've only been trying for a few days.
No, come on. You said it was working, so it doesn't matter how many days we've been trying. Tell me how it's working.
It's a stupid question.
No, it isn't. Just give me one example of how you think it's working. Well, go on.
It's just starting to work. I just know.
How? How?
I don't know. I just know.
You don't know because it isn't working at all, is it? Be honest. So what are we going to do about it, then?
All right, love.
Aye.
See you.
It'll be half an hour, yeah?
Hiya, Becca, love. Zach Allen.
It's with Sarah. Talking things over.
Hallelujah. Is he getting it sorted at last?
Well, actually, he's trying to tell her it's over.
You what?
Look, you don't know the state he's in. He's tried, but it's not working. Never will.
All right. And whose idea was this? How come he told you what he was going to say to his own wife?
The lad is going through hell about it. He had to turn to someone. I'm still his mum.
I told you to keep out of it. I told you not to interfere. God knows what damage you've gone and done.
What about the future if we split up? Have you thought about Rebecca? You haven't thought about that sort of future, have you? All you've thought about is some so-called kind of freedom. You're only 20 now, Carl. But what'll you feel like when you're 40 and our Becca's in her 20s and maybe she's married herself? You won't know her and she won't know you. Her own dad.
Won't be like that.
Think about it. She might not even want to know you. How are you going to feel then, eh? You're going to regret it, aren't you?
Even if we split up, I'd still keep in touch with her. She'd always know who her dad is.
No. Not if I had anything to do with it.
You couldn't stop me. I'd have access and I'd see her every week.
Sorry, but no.
For God's sake, you couldn't stop me.
No! Don't kid yourself, Carl. If you dumped us, I'd do everything I could to stop you seeing her. You can have us both or none at all. I don't want any half measures. I don't want Rebecca pulled from pillar to post between the pair of us. It's not her fault. Why should she suffer? I'm glad you understand that. So I'd like us to keep trying for just a bit longer. All right? All right?
But fire came down on them from heaven and consumed them. And the devil, their seducer, was flung into the lake of fire and sulphur, where the beast and the false prophet had been flung, there to be tormented night and day forever.
Can you leave us, please?
Ow. What are you doing with that?
What were you doing with it when you brought it into our church?
Look, if you want to stay here, just stay here, eh? Let's forget about all the repossessing stuff and that. You can have the house.
We've not converted you to the right path yet. If I let you go now, you might bring more guns.
I wouldn't. I promise. I swear. On the Bible, if you like.
Don't believe him.
Teddy, you're wrong. Look, let's just call it quits, eh?
Dangerous things, these. Would you have used this on us?
It was just... No, that's all. I just got it for protection.
But you have killed before. Terry said. Who did you kill? What gave you the right to take a life? That can only be God's will.
Hey, just watch it, eh?
Maybe we're better off in the arms of God. Death brings instant salvation.
Round a bit.
Cheers, love.
You're not sickening for anything, are you?
No. Jack. How old are you now, love?
Don't remind me. You know, we had the big 4-0 last time.
Yeah, but how'd you feel, you know, with middle age coming on?
I said 40, not 45.
No, seriously, Jack, do you feel... Well, do you feel past it?
Go away. Not admitting anything like that.
I feel past it.
Oh, don't be so soft. You're in your prime.
No, it's me and Bev, you know. I'm beginning to think the age difference is a bit much.
Oh, she's put a spring in your step, that girl. What's up with you?
Yeah, well, I think my spring's sprung.
Oh, don't tell me you've run out of hair dye. She had the tweezers too. You plucked out all the grey ones. Is that what all this is about?
Oh, there's nothing showing, is there?
I'm only kidding. What is bothering you then?
And it's Bev. You know, what she needs. You know, in bed, like. She's awful demanding lately. There again. She's still a young woman.
I can't see many fellas complaining about that.
Yeah, but she's at me all the time, Jack. Even before I go to work in the mornings.
Is that why you're here now?
God, I feel terrible, but I just couldn't cope with it again this morning. She's insatiable. Honestly, I don't know what's got into her.
I don't think there's anything to worry about.
Yeah, but what happens if she starts looking for a younger fella? I mean, she will do if I can't keep up with her, won't she?
Listen, women go through phases, you know, in hormones and that. You'll be all right.
Yeah, I'm not so sure.
I'm telling you, I know, Bev. She loves you to bits, they are.
So?
Are you, going down the cash and carry this morning?
Yeah, I've got to.
I just wondered if you post a letter to Jimmy for me. You don't mind, do you?
No, of course I don't.
Still won't send me a visiting order. I'm trying not to mention it in my letters, but not much else to write about.
Well, you could always tell him that his boss, Barry Grant, has gone bankrupt.
You joking?
Get my note.
Just thought I'd pop round and tell you. Still no sign of him.
I really can't cope anymore.
Not with your laundry arrangements, that's for sure. I mean, Max, really. Pattern and check.
No, I've just been in to see David. I don't know how he does it. And everything's shipshape organised, as if Jean was actually there.
Well, he hasn't got builders breathing down his neck, has he? How are they taking it?
They're getting impatient, starting to press for another stage payment. I mean, why did he have to do a vanishing trick now? If Patricia found out about this, she'd hit the roof.
There's still time. He'll turn up.
Terry, come here. Our friend's partner and that woman who's been staying at his flat, they're over there talking. I could do with finding out what people are thinking about where Barry's gone missing.
We can't ask Max Farnham.
Well, why not? It's his partner, isn't it? Just ask him about the bankruptcy rumour or something.
Oh, well, it's only a bit suspicious, isn't it?
I'd be much happier if I knew what people were thinking. Just do it dead casually. Seen Barry recently.
Oh, I'd rather do it when he was on his own.
Well, let's keep an eye on him then and see if we can get him on his own.
The minute he gets back, just tell him to get in touch.
Don't worry, Max.
Bye.
Bye. Hi, Bev.
Hi, Pen. Max, can you hang on a minute?
Bev, well, it's not your usual day.
No, I was wondering if you could give me some money from the club. I'm a bit short.
No, I'm sorry, I can't. I mean, the club's nothing to do with me. You just have to wait till Barry gets back.
Well, this isn't right, this. I mean, I've earned that money. If he's gone bankrupt, I'm never going to get paid.
Just wish everybody had stopped talking about bankruptcy. Look! As soon as I see Barry, I shall remind him about staff wages. That's the best I can do.
OK.
Bev, if you are at a loose end, perhaps you could help me out for a few days, at least until Patricia gets back.
There's not that much needs doing.
Oh, I'll pay. It's just I need some washing doing. I'm afraid I've fallen a little behind.
I wondered why you had that suit on with that shirt. Thought you'd been invited to a posh do for lumberjacks.
Yes, I've been a bit busy to keep on top of things.
OK, then. When do I start?
Well, I could sort out a few things I need doing tonight. How about usual time tomorrow?
Right. I'll, make a start on some of your shirts, shall I?
Yeah, good idea.
That's fine.
Super.
Thanks,
Right.
love. Ciao.
Right, I'm off.
Ron, if Barry has gone bust, what's the score with the shop? You'll still keep going, won't you?
Don't worry, love. I know you need this job.
Yeah, but what would happen though?
I don't know. I'm still making money, so I can still pay the rent. And who knows? Maybe we'll get a new owner that'll put the rent down.
Ron, the letter. I have put a stamp on.
Still missing him, eh?
I know I shouldn't, but I do. Just wish he'd let me go in and see him, you know.
Maybe this time, eh?
Yeah, maybe.
Ta-ra, love.
Hey,
All
what
right,
happened
love.
to you this morning? Up and out before me and Josh even got up. Never even said tomorrow.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to make a start on my VAT. You know, I hate having that hanging over me, don't you, eh? Hey, look, love, gotta get going, OK?
Do you want to get a kiss?
Oh, sorry.
Pretty generous, is he?
Mm.
Oh, Ron, stop it. You make me go all weak at the knees.
Ta-ra, love.
I don't know what you're doing to him, but it looks knackered.
Well, it's not easy getting pregnant, you know.
Don't you think you might be overdoing it a bit? He does look done in.
Oh, he loves it. Anyway, I've only got a couple of days left this month.
What's the rush? There's always next month.
The sooner the better. Anyway, it was your idea. I've got to have a baby by him. Jack, do you know anything about aphrodisiacs?
What? Oh, like the food that makes you...
I know about oysters, but do you know about any others?
A couple of brandy and baby shams was always enough for me, or 6 pints of lager for Jimmy.
Don't even know if Ron likes oysters. I don't fancy them myself.
I read something about them green pear things being good.
What, avocado pears? Right. I'll give them a go.
What's all this?
Tell Ron I want him home for lunch. A long lunch. 12:30 on the dot. Well, you don't mind holding the fort, do you? I'll tell him I'll put you on overtime.
Suits me, love.
Right, I'll save you a piece of avocado.
That's the last thing I need you keeping. And get Ron some iron tablets while you're there.
And I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth had vanished, and there was no longer any sea. And I saw the holy city, New Jerusalem. Oh. Coming down out of the heaven from God, made ready like a bride adorned for her husband. I heard a loud voice proclaiming from the throne.
Sound? Farnham, he's come back. He's in his car taking a phone call.
Well, get out there and see what you can find out.
Well, what do I say?
Anything. Ask him about the bankruptcy rumour or the eviction order.
Oh, do we want to bring that up?
Who cares? Before the bailiffs come, we'll have him up there on our side. Go on, we need to know.
Hey, Max!
What is it?
You haven't seen Barry lately, have you?
Barry, no, I haven't seen him. Why?
Yeah, we've heard rumours that he's gone bankrupt.
No, not that rubbish again.
It's not true, then.
Absolutely not.
Thought he might be around here to talk about this eviction order.
Oh, that. Even if Barry's away, he'll still go ahead.
He's away, did you say?
Well, yes, he's in Spain. Business, you see. Back shortly, and I'm afraid the eviction will go ahead.
Did you hear that?
Too right. He thinks he's in Spain. Spain.
I told you he had no friends. He's been away before for months. No one ever knows where he is.
Nothing can stand in our way now. All we've got to concentrate on is his conversion.
Hi.
You were quick.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to hang around to get embarrassed. The exam results are up on the notice board. It's all official now. I failed.
You'll get it next time.
I just feel such an idiot.
There's no need. It happens to lots of students. Don't let it drag you down.
But I've never failed an exam before, ever. I wanted everything to be perfect.
You'll get there. Don't worry.
Yeah, but it's so annoying. One paper flunked. No, I'm not going to let it get me down. One paper to resit. I can do it, can't I?
Good. Perhaps, we could have a talk about the future.
Well, just let me get a coffee first, all right?
All right.
Oh, hang on. I got something for you.
What is it?
Well, open it and see.
Thank you, Carl.
Yeah. Thanks for letting me stay and everything you've done for me.
It's lovely. Thanks, Beth.
So what is it you wanted to talk about? The future?
It doesn't matter. Who wants to talk about exams and stuff?
Yeah, too right.
What's this about your partner going bankrupt?
Why does everyone keep saying that?
Well, is it true enough? You must know. You're in with him.
I just wish I could get it into everybody's heads that I've got nothing to do with the club. Barry Grant and I are in partnership on an entirely different business.
Well, you must know where he is.
He's on a business trip to Spain. He's worked in Spain. He knows people in Spain. He has other business interests apart from his partnership with me.
Sorry, I only asked.
Well, perhaps you could spread the answer around a bit.
If you like.
Around a bit.
If you like.
Which one of these do you think is right for an automatic washing machine?
How about the one that says automatic?
Oh, right, yeah.
Your missus still on her rolls, then? Beth was saying.
Yes.
You'll find that's just the job with shirts.
Shirts?
So you were in dire straits with shirts at the moment?
Dire straits, yeah, I suppose that's a pretty good description.
Mind you, that one's a bit more like the basis you rolled.
Oh, hello, Maxie. Didn't expect to see you here. Thought you'd be sunbathing with your mate Barry Grant on the Costa del Crime.
Don't start again, for God's sake.
I told you, though, didn't I, Ed? As soon as I heard you two had got together, I told you. Bad move. And now Barry Grant is going to dump all over poor old Maxie.
Ron, the bankruptcy business, you know, it's all a rumour.
Oh, aye. And who says? Oh, well, he's bound to say that, isn't he, eh? So what do you reckon, Maxie? How much do you reckon he'd go down for? Has Granty got his money mixed up with yours?
I can't bear to repeat it all again. Look, if you could possibly just tell him that Barry has not gone bankrupt.
And if you believe that, you believe anything. Listen, Granty has gone bust, and he's done one to Spain before the crap hits the fan. Any idiot can see that.
Rumour. It's just rumour.
Oh, you sure about that, are you, Max? Then how come the Luz has been shut for 2 nights? And more to the point, how come nobody's been getting any wages?
Look, I haven't got time for this now. I'll call back later, all right?
Barry Grant's taking him for a right mug.
Yeah, but what if he's right and Barry's not bankrupt? Where is he?
Oh, yeah. I don't see any porkers flying past you. Anyway, isn't it about time you weren't here?
Bev's asked me if I can stay on a bit longer.
Bev?
Yeah, she says you've to go home at 12:30. She's cooking you a nice lunch.
I don't eat lunch. Oh, no. Not again.
Come, Kate, to pass after this.
I'll take over. I've had reports you haven't been concentrating. You tried to bang on the window because you heard your partner outside, didn't you? Well, you're wasting your time. Do you know where he thinks you are, eh? He thinks you're in sunny Spain. So there's going to be nobody coming looking for you. You know, said he was dead right about you. You've got no mates. You've got nobody. Nobody gives a damn where you are. So that gives us plenty of time, doesn't it? It doesn't matter how long it takes for your conversion. Then he showed me the river of life, sparkling like crystal, flowing from the throne of God.
Then why are you panicking?
Yeah, but rumours cause trouble. And what if it gets back to the builders and the restaurant suppliers? I mean, we've got thousands on credit with them now. One whiff of this, they could just pull the plug.
Yeah, I've seen him looking up numbers in there.
Right. Oscar Dean. Oscar Dean. I want him back from Spain on the next available flight. I don't care what he's doing. I'm going to tell him straight. Ah! Got it. Yeah, and he can also come back and tell all these shop tenants that these rumours of bankruptcy are rubbish. In future, he can start pulling his weight in this partnership. I'm not being dumped like this again. If Patricia knew what he was Hello? Hello, Mrs. Dean? Hello, could I speak to Oscar, please? Yes, it's Max Farnham.
He's got to eat. We can't have him getting ill. Not until he's converted.
Hasn't eaten anything yet?
He won't touch anything I give him or any of the others. You try, will you, Terry?
You've got to eat, right?
Just get me out of here, will you, Terry?
Eat it.
Look, do you realise this is kidnapping? It'll be a 20-year stretch for you and him, no messing. Well, just untie me and I'll leg it. Eat. OK. I'll tell Simon and tell him that I'll give you the house. Look, I don't want it. I mean, he only bought the place because it was up for sale. Look, tell him I'll sign the deeds over to you and him, right? And you can do whatever you want with it. Just get me out of here, eh, Terry?
I'm not listening to you. Come on, you've got to eat something.
I don't want to eat. I just want to go.
You have to stay.
God almighty. I can't believe it. You're so brainwashed, aren't you? Just let me out of here, eh? Tell Simon I escaped. It won't come back on your toes.
Yeah.
For old time's sake, eh, Terry? I mean, just think of everything we've been through since we were kids. I mean, if I get out of here, I promise I won't say a word about this. You and Simon, you can just get on with your lives.
I'm not going to talk to you until you've found the right path.
I call this conversion craft, Terry. I don't believe all of this. I never will.
Oh, you will. We're praying for you.
I've been praying as well. Praying that you remember what mates we were. Do you remember what mates we were, Terry? I mean, we'd do anything for each other at one time, wouldn't we?
No, Simon's right. We were never mates. I was weak, and you were evil, and you preyed on that. You always ruined everything I ever tried to do.
Simon's wrong, Terry. He doesn't know what it's like to be real mates, does he?
You were the evil in my life. You tried to lead me away from the right path. Eat this.
Look, I don't want your food, Terry. I want you to let me go. Terry, what are you doing? Please. Let me go, will you? Please, Terry. Please, Terry. Please,
Beth? No, come in. It's a surprise. Oh. Can I get you anything?
Could you get me a cup of coffee?
One coffee coming up. And no peeping, OK?
OK.
Mean it, no peeping.
Yeah, thanks, Oscar. OK. Bye.
God, he's not there. This is a nightmare. If he's not in Spain, where is he?
Spain's a big place.
Oh, he always goes and stays with Oscar, he told me. It must be true. He's in trouble and he's run away.
Look, it's only been 2 days. I mean, he could be anywhere, off with a girl, I don't know.
He wouldn't have left the club unattended. He wouldn't have risked losing the money. Oh, God, Penny, what am I going to do? I can't afford to finish the restaurant on my own. How the hell did I pester him to get involved? I should have guessed he was dishonest, unreliable.
It is only 2 days. You must keep things in proportion.
No. Everything's wrong. Everything feels wrong. What everybody's saying, it's got to be true. He's done me. I'm finished. I left a good job to get into this. I mortgaged our house. And now I face losing everything. What am I going to tell Patricia? Baby's due in a few weeks. And we'll have nowhere to live. How the hell am I going to tell her that?
Hiya, love.
Hiya. What's all this?
A lunch for lovers.
Is it something you got out of a magazine?
No, did it all myself. It's aphrodisiac food. We've got avocado for starters and then stir-fried vegetables with ginger for the main course. They say that oyster's the best aphrodisiac, but I couldn't get any, so I've done the stir-fried vegetables and a Chinese oyster sauce. Jackie said there's no need for you to rush back, so we've got all afternoon. Why don't you sit down?
Look, love, this is all very nice, and I know you've gone to a lot of trouble, but... Well, I am 20 years older than you, you know. Now, I like a bit of spice and passion as much as anyone, but I just can't keep up with you, Bev. So I'll eat this dinner, then it's back to work, and nothing else. It's hard to say, but when it comes to bed and that, could you ease off just a bit? I've been too tired to work properly the last couple of days. And frankly, love, well, I just don't need as much sex as this.
It's not sex. It's making love. I'm sorry if I've been pressurising you.
No, it's not your fault, love. It's mine. Can't help getting older, can I?
I suppose I should have told you at the start.
Hey?
It's not about excitement and passion and that. I want another baby.
Right, your surprise is ready. Come on, then. I've decided I'm not going to start moping about failing my anatomy paper. It's the summer holidays and we're going to enjoy ourselves. Well, what do you think? It's another thanks for letting me stay. Hey, what's the matter? Chris?
I'm sorry, Beth. I think we better call it a day.
What?
I think it's better if we split up. I'd like you to leave by the morning.
Chris, no!
I'm sorry, Beth. But we both knew it wouldn't last forever.
Chris, don't be like this. You said you loved me. You said you wanted me.
I'm sorry, Beth. I do have strong feelings for you, but I don't love you. It's much better to finish now.
But you did love me. What's changed?
Please, Beth, just let it go. Accept it, please.
Is there someone else? Tell me, is it somebody else? Is it?
No, Beth. No, it isn't.
Well, what is it then? Chris, please! Don't do this to me. I can't stand it. Chris, please!
Ron. Ron? Ron?
Yours?
Yep.
It's in the bathroom.
Thanks.
Bess. I'm sorry, I really am.
You still haven't said why.
Believe me, it just wouldn't have worked.
Well, why not? Why so sudden?
Because of who we are, because of what we are.
I don't understand.
But I'm a lot older than you, Beth.
Well, so what? You knew that when we first started going out.
I know, but that's just it. We should never have let it go this far. You must have realised there was never any real future in it.
I thought... You even let me move in.
I know, but it was only for the summer, not forever. I'm sorry.
I see. So I was just a bit on the side for you, was I? Another notch on your bed head.
It wasn't
Some
like
naive
that.
little student you could just use whenever you felt like it.
You know, I've never thought that of you. You know that.
But suddenly I'm too young for you.
It's better this way, believe me.
You've got your whole life ahead of you. You'll get over this.
Oh, will I? And what about my mum? What about everybody else I've upset? I left my home. I left my own family for you.
Beth?
What in God's name is he playing as?
Hello. What's all this then? Forming a search party for Granty now, are we?
No, just following up all possible leads.
Yeah, well, it's a waste of time if you ask me.
What do you mean?
Well, it's obvious, isn't it? It's a Lord Lucan job disappearing like that.
Lord Lucan was a criminal, for goodness sake. The police are still after him.
Exactly, Maxie. Exactly.
He does have a point, you know.
What? You think the police are after Barry?
Not the police, but someone else. I mean, he does know some pretty colourful characters.
Kenny Maguire?
Well, let's face it, he's got every reason to be annoyed with Barry.
You don't think he's caught up with Barry and, well, you know, taken out some sort of revenge?
I don't know, but while he's still missing, it's got to be a possibility.
Barry? No. He wouldn't get himself into that sort of bother. Maybe you were right. Knowing Barry, I bet you he'll be tied up somewhere with some woman.
I need this.
Thanks. Oh, have you finished, lads? Great. Now we'll be able to play our music as loud as we like without the neighbours complaining. Right, see you later, eh?
See you.
Right. Oh, yeah, sound. I'll do us a favour, Terry. Not that he's turning the prodigal son, I've heard it 3 times. Good, isn't it? Lester's beginning to get home to you. We'll soon have you sorted. The only person who's going to get sorted round here is Moses from Manchester. Oh, aye? And then what are you going to do to me? Nothing. Because your head's already wrecked with all this religion crap. Still fighting, eh? You mean if I still got me marbles? Yeah. Here, you must be hungry. I've made you the tuna sarnie. Fish in a loaf, eh? You've blessed them as well, have you? It's just a bit of tuna and some mayonnaise, that's all. How am I supposed to eat it? Yeah. Go on. You've got to eat. There you go. All we want to do is help you.
Hiya. Did you get them?
All right, love. 1 bag of spare ribs.
Ribs? I thought I was doing a chili.
Oh, I asked Eddie to get them, the Carl's favourite.
My chili used to be our Carl's favourite.
I've got all the gear for the chili as well. We can have both, eh?
Those, sir.
Hey, come on now, love. Sarah wants to make a fuss of our Carl as well, you know. I mean, he is her husband.
All right, it's a bit early for stocking up for Crizzy, innit?
All right, there. It's for our Carl's 21st tomorrow.
Oh, you'll both be able to come, won't you? Oh, look, we would have asked you earlier, but it's all been a bit of a last-minute rush.
Oh, that's very kind of you.
Well, count me in. Don't want to see all that ale go to waste, do we?
Yeah, well, we'd love to come, thanks.
Great. Hey, and ask the girls along as well.
Yeah, I'll ask Rachel, but Beth's away for a few days, for a holiday.
Well, she must have been having a very good time of it. Looks like she's back home early. See you later.
Yeah, bye.
See ya.
What's she doing home?
Well, there's only one way to find out. Look, I'll leave you to it. I've just remembered we've forgotten the milk.
Okay.
I can just find Barry's keys and get into the office.
And what are you hoping to find in there?
Oh, I don't know. A clue. Something that might explain where he is. No, not in that one. The contractors aren't paid this week. They're down tools. Behind schedule as it is.
If that's all you're worried about, why not sign some cheques on Barry's behalf?
Oh, no. We're a partnership. Each cheque needs to be signed with both signatures.
I know.
Sorry?
Barry's signature on the cheque. Forge it.
No, can't possibly. It's fraud.
I could do it.
You?
Yes. I used to do it for Clive all the time when he was busy. I became quite a dab hand at copying his signature.
What? You never got caught?
Never.
But it's fraudulent. What if someone finds out?
They won't. And if the future of the restaurant depends on the contractors being paid on time...
Well, I suppose it won't do any harm as doing it just this once, but...
Good. Leave it to me.
Ah, This looks like them. Right, let's see if we can solve the mystery of my missing partner.
Hi, love.
Hi.
I wasn't expecting you. Are you back to stay?
Well, I had nowhere else to go.
Oh, this is still your home, love.
Thanks.
Are you going to be all right?
Yeah.
Oh, can I get you anything? Right, I'll let you unpack then.
She dumped me, Mum. Chris dumped me.
Oh, love.
Last night she just told me to go.
I'm sorry.
It was just out of the blue.
So she didn't say why she was finishing it?
No, she just gave me some stupid excuses.
I see.
I don't understand.
I know, love. But maybe it's for the best, eh? For everyone.
Yeah, well, that's just what Chris said. But why, Mum? Why did she have to finish it?
You know, I didn't think so many people would be bothered about finding Barry Grant.
Well, he owes me 2 weeks' money for my caretaking. It's a good thing I've still got my wind around.
Well, I tell you what, mate, you won't find me complaining, because my rent is due next Friday, so long may his absence continue.
Wonder where he is, eh?
It's on the cost of crime, Sinbad. Well, it's obvious, isn't it? He gets Maxie Farnham and some other mugs to throw some money into that restaurant business of his, then it's up and away with all the dosh before the place is even built.
Yeah, I might have a point there, Ron.
Is everything all right?
Yeah, why?
What are you looking at?
Nothing.
It's my hair, isn't it?
How do you mean?
You know, don't you, Bev's told you?
She's told me what?
Oh, don't come to innocent with me, Sinbad. She's told you that I dye me hair. Wonder how many more she's blabbed too.
You dye your hair? Honest to God.
You mean you didn't know?
No, I didn't. Mind you, I did have my suspicions, like me look at my Barnett. Hey, what a dark horse, eh?
So what were you looking at then?
I was looking at the label on your jumper. You've got it on inside out.
Oh. Got dressed in order this morning.
Yeah, so that's how you get all the women, eh? I'll have to have a sample.
Yeah, hey, believe me, Sinbad, it's not worth the trouble. And hey, not a word about this to anybody else, do you hear?
Hey, Ronald, my lips are sealed.
Hiya.
Oh, all right, love.
You were up an hour early this morning.
Yeah, well, you know, things to do.
Silly me. I thought you were trying to avoid me and that little baby-making project.
Want me avoid you? No. No, not at all.
Good, because I thought we might do a bit of stock taking.
What now?
No.
Well,
Just this, please, Ron.
Is it for a cup of tea, Sinbad?
Yeah, I'm parched.
Well, look, I tell you what, I'm just going to put the kettle on. Why don't you hang around and I'll make us all a nice cup of tea, eh?
What, me and all?
Yeah, why not?
Well, I'd like to, Ron, but I'm in a bit of a hurry, you know.
Sinbad, mate, I insist. And I'll even open a packet of Ritz tea.
I haven't got any Jaffa cakes, have you?
No.
I don't know, was it something I said?
Oh, these onions, strong enough to strip paint.
I did on the chilli if you'd have asked.
You're doing enough already, love.
Well, I don't mind, honest. I'll do it all if you want.
Really, I'd like to help.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. I just want to show him how much you love him. Want everything to be perfect for tomorrow night.
Hey, love, everything's going to be sound. Be made up when he sees all this. This is just what we need. Go down, knees up.
I hope so. They've called.
Oh, yeah, they just come.
I'll take them upstairs with the others.
Never felt like a spare thought.
Ah, come on, love, she's doing her best. All this means a lot to her.
We shouldn't be building up our hopes like this, and we shouldn't be encouraging her. I told you how our Cole feels.
Yeah, and I know how Sarah and Rebecca feel. They're mad about him.
We can't force him to carry on with something he doesn't want. We made that mistake once already when we pushed him into marrying Sarah in the first place.
But that was the right thing to do. Rebecca needed a father, and she still does.
Even if it means our son being in an unhappy marriage.
Ah, they'll sort themselves out. I know they will. When he sees all the trouble Sarah's gone to for his birthday, he'll soon come round.
It's going to take more than spare ribs and a sherry trifle to change the way our car feels.
Let's just give them a chance, eh? Tomorrow's a big day for them, so let's just do everything we can to help. Because the last thing we want is tears, isn't it?
Oh, right, mate. Well, we'll be on my way.
You sure you don't want another refill?
Oh, no, anymore. And it won't be water I'm filling me bucket with. See ya, and I look forward to this hospitality next time I come in. Ta-ra.
Ta-ra.
Yeah, see you, mate.
Alone at last.
Look, love, I've got 1,001 things to do.
You get away from me that easily.
Yeah, but look, we can't marry yet, OK? I can't afford to shut the shop again.
But Beverly Wifey wants to play.
And Ronnie Wonnie's too bloody knackered and penniless.
Oh.
Listen, love, I know you've got your mind set on having another baby, but we can't carry on like this. You're going to give me a heart attack. And we need to talk about this.
What is there to talk about?
Having another baby. I mean, it's going to be another mouth to feed, innit? And we'll need somewhere bigger to live. I'm not really sure that we can afford it. We'll have to sit down and discuss this properly.
Might be a bit late for that.
Hey.
You know, discussing it. I stopped taking my pill over a week ago. Might be pregnant already.
Bet you're feeling better, eh?
Top of the world.
I'm glad you're eating because I'm starting to worry about you.
Remind me to recommend you for a Saint or Terry.
I'm quite happy as I am, just plain old Terry.
All right.
Yeah, sound, aren't we?
Great.
Right, I'll see you when I finish work then.
If I haven't gone off for a pint.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Terry, behave yourself, eh? You've soundproofed the place and everything now.
Caroline needs peace and quiet while she reads to you.
Terry,
I think we started to make some progress.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's eating. I think he's ready to accept us now.
Oh, great.
Have the others gone out?
Yeah.
Right, I'll leave you to it then. Keep up the good work, eh?
So she's dead upset then?
Yeah, I told her to go to bed and try and get some sleep. I think she's been up all night.
Must have had a rough time, eh?
I know. I feel terrible, but what else could I have done? Couldn't allow things to continue as they were.
No, I suppose not.
It wasn't easy for me going to see Chris like that. I'm not proud of what I did.
You did what you had to do.
Yeah, I'm just so glad she's back home.
And, as long as she doesn't find out it's because of what you said to that Chris.
She'll never forgive me if she does.
Yeah, well, Mum's the word, eh?
I'll see you later.
Yeah, listen, I just want a quick word with Terry. Yeah, there's your milk. See you after, all right?
Okay, thanks, bye.
All right, sir, just a sec.
All right, Sinbad.
All right, mate, yeah, sounds a pal. Listen, you haven't seen Barry, have you?
No, why should I have?
Well, you know, you being mates and all that, and you squatting in his house.
Me and Barry stopped being mates a long time ago. I'm sorry, but I can't help you.
All right, peace be with you and all, mate.
You should have told me, you know, Bev. Those sort of decisions have to be taken by both of us.
Wanted to surprise you.
You did that all right.
Surely you don't want Josh growing up by himself. I mean, he needs a little brother or sister to play with.
Hey, little brothers and sisters cost money, dear. And I'm already shelling out for 2 families as it is.
Do you want him to be an only child? So to yourself, you're not getting any younger, are you?
Oh, I see. It's all about my grey hairs now, is it?
No, I just mean, we can't afford to wait much longer, can we? I mean, you don't know what might happen.
Well, thank you very much. But I don't think I'm ready to pop me clogs just yet, thank you.
No, I know that. It's just, well, you want to be young enough to appreciate your kids, don't you?
Yeah, but of course I do.
And you don't want to get too old and creaky to take them to the park for a game of footy.
I suppose not.
So, does that mean I don't have to go back on the pill?
Looks like I don't have a choice, does it?
That's why I love you. You won't regret it.
But hey, just hang on a minute. From now on, we take things nice and easy, at my pace. If we carry on like we have been for the last week, I won't be here to see the new baby.
Yeah, nice and easy.
Hiya, Rosie.
All right, love.
Yeah, I thought I might catch you around here. Can you two get a babysitter tomorrow night?
I can give Olin a ring.
Oh, good. Because our car's 21 tomorrow and we're having a bit of a do. About 8 o'clock?
Yeah, great.
Very good. Oh, and Eddie's asked everyone on the close, so should be a good do. See you tomorrow.
See ya.
Yeah, ta-ra. Everyone, eh? Suppose that means Dee Dee'll be there.
Forget about Dee Dee. Party's just what we need. Loosen you up. Get you in the mood for making babies.
There you are. What do you think?
Remarkable. It's identical.
Years of practice.
Thanks. Don't know what I would have done without you. But are you sure? This is illegal.
You're stuck, aren't you? You've got no alternative.
Suppose not.
So, any clues?
No. Everything seems to be in order. Nothing's missing.
He hasn't taken any money.
I don't think so.
And you've checked the business account?
No.
Well, don't you think you should?
Well, you're not suggesting he's cleaned me out, are you?
Well, I do seem to remember you saying that you put £30,000 into the business. It's a lot of money.
Oh, God. Better get onto the bank.
And did those feet in ancient days.
Hi, love.
Now invigorated
How you feeling?
morning sunshine.
No.
It flashed and shone
Did you sleep?
I was soon passing through.
The kettle's just boiled. Do you want a coffee?
Please.
Must be hungry.
No, I couldn't eat anything.
Oh, just a sandwich or something.
I feel so stupid, Mum. I believed everything she told me like some stupid little schoolgirl.
Hey, don't be too hard on yourself, love.
I trusted her and I stuck up for her in everything. And then she just turns around and dumps me for no reason.
Oh, come on, Beth. Try not to upset yourself.
I'm sorry, Mum.
Why? What for?
Because I've let you down. I've let you and Rachel down. I just walked out and left you for Chris. I'm so sorry.
Oh. It's all right, love. It's all forgotten now.
What do you reckon, then? Eat, drink and be merry, eh?
This is just the stuff that'll keep overnight. We've still got to do all the salads and that.
Ah, you've done the business, love. How's it, your Rose?
Yeah? All looks lovely.
Tar. I'll just go and see to our Rebecca.
Did you get to invite anyone else?
Yeah? I saw Bev round the shops. Hearing Ron are coming. Oh, it should be a good laugh. It's a big shocker with everyone off the close as well.
Yeah, well, not quite everyone.
Sorry?
Well, I'm not asking that Al Duffer Bing.
Hey, we agreed all the neighbours get an invite.
After what he put us through over our league.
Eddie, no grudges, all right? They just lead to more trouble. Look, we should be using this do to make friends with all the neighbours.
Yeah, all right. Suppose we could have a word with him tomorrow.
Yeah, you do that. And make it look like you mean it.
Hey, I picked that car's Prezi up from the engravers while I was out earlier. I didn't want Sarah to see it in case she told him and ruined the surprise. What do you reckon, eh? To Carl, happy 21st. Love, Mum and Dad.
Oh, God, it's beautiful.
Do you think he'll like it?
Oh, he'll be made up.
Do you think it's enough for his 21st, though?
It's a gold watch.
I was thinking of doing something else for him and Sarah, like...
Oh, yeah?
Well, you know, like, giving them the deposits on a flat.
Hey, come on, Ed. We can't afford it.
We can't be tighten our belts now. It'll be worth it.
Eddie, no. Look, you told me to stop interfering last week, so I'll do you a deal. I'll keep my nose out if you keep yours out, all right? But deal?
Yeah, all right. It's a deal.
But others were saying a man with a demon could not talk like this. How could a demon... What is it? I can't. What is it?
I need the bog.
Oh, you can't. There's no one else here to help me move you.
I'm desperate here. Do you want me to wet myself?
Can't you wait?
Look, I'm bursted. Allow me some dignity, eh?
Well, I'll have to come with you.
I don't care if the Pope's watching. I've just done tie my feet, eh? Well, come on.
OK.
Hurry.
That's it.
Oh, come on, you have to give me a hand up.
It's OK. Are you all right?
Just a bit stiff, that's all.
Here.
Stupid cow!
No!
Yes. Thanks. Bye. I haven't been any withdrawals from the business account in over a week.
Well, I think we can safely say Barry hasn't ripped you off.
Well, he couldn't have got very far if he hasn't got any money. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, maybe he's got some money from somewhere else.
Wonder. He had £1,000 cash in the safe.
Just what you need for that last-minute holiday, eh? Well?
The money's still here.
Well, where can he have gone without any money?
I don't know. There's something else missing.
What?
Barry had a gun.
What?
It's not here.